Well, hello boys and girls, welcome all fans of Dwarf Fortress. This is Dwarf Fortress Abbeydent and we are continuing our quest for an above ground fortress with an awesome magma trap which has been used once in one session, after which the game crashed. But we know it works very efficiently and I can't wait to have sieges so big that it really requires this trap. Probably what I should do right now is save the game again and raise the siege cap. You can limit the size of sieges, and I'm currently having limited it to 70 invaders. I think we can have easily double that. Hello Kay, welcome Tovardek and Ferko. So let me quit Dwarf Fortress and look into the advanced options. Invasion soldier cap, I'll make 150, and invasion monster cap I make it 70, and play Dwarf Fortress again. I feel really bold, even if we lose our military guys, even if we lose our best fighters, we have the magma trap. I feel so confident. That might be the start of the fortress's demise, but I feel really confident. I feel really happy about the trap. So here we are again, and did I greet you guys already? Yes, I think I did. Hello. I'm glad you are following the life of the fortress this closely. I have got a new gift on Steam from Dan Lel just minutes ago. I accepted it, and it's Sims 3. He says this game is this game is popular for a reason, and I should try it because I mentioned I like architecture. I do like architecture. I'm not sure I will like the kind of architecture that is in Sims 3, but why not try Sims 3? Dwarf Fortress is often compared to Sims 3. However, I don't know how much time consuming it will be. I don't. I'm considering The Sims something almost like this Second Life online game where people really spend all of their free time with Sims. I don't want to do that. I want to play Sims just occasionally, or just enough to get an impression about it. Kay says, when are you going to buy beer and drink it in the stream? Oh, I've bought beer yesterday, just yesterday, and I drank it, and it led to us almost losing it. I had to revert the save game because of the stupidity I've done, and it wasn't. No, I like beer, but I like it in good measure. I don't like it too much of it. Too much of anything is bad. So yeah, what we are currently looking here in the fortress. Hello, Bender. Is just giving it a little bit of time to have the hauling jobs done, but I see our idlers number is way above 1, and that is way above 0, which I like to have. So we can actually start building. Let's start building this main hall. All the stuff we have carried here is here for a purpose. This is to become, I think, for the rest of the life of the fortress, our main hall with the royal chambers, with the throne room and the royal chambers, and probably the rest of the dormitories for the dwarves. Currently all of our dormitories are taken here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels. Each of them has 12, which makes 72 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 76 rooms. And we have 113 dwarves. So what do you say? So dwarves should never die then? Wait, that's a reaction to advocate. No, okay. Well, everyone got their opinions about have a taste in game, but I respected by my opinion in sim. But I respect it, but my opinion in sim that the game is bullshit. Really? I don't know. I haven't really read much of it. I don't know how the game mechanics are. Devil says, before mankind understood disease, people who drank water died. Alcoholics survived. Of course, I think Sim 3 is bullshit to a DF player, but I mean, Sim 3 in general is a good game. Okay. Oh, and then drinking alcohol survived, so dwarves would never die then. So for sort of an explanation to my dwarves ignore all the water sources and rather dehydrate. Give me alcohol or give me death, I guess. Maybe. Now, of course, dwarves can die of old age. I've never had that happen, though. In a fortress, I never played my fortresses long enough. So let's build the fortress. Let's build the main hall. Make it out of I don't know, we are using Gabbro blocks, so keep using them. And yeah, we'll probably want some floor tiles here. So I will keep this because it will act as a ramp going downstairs, but I will cover this with granite. I wonder whether I should leave a patch of sand uncovered as a potential reserve sand gathering zone. I think if we really need it, we can deconstruct the floor and the sand will eventually re-emerge again, right? So let me just cover it completely. And the rest we will cover up once we have removed the stockpiles. Devil says there's a sort of an explanation why they dehydrate. They don't make it to old age, but the graveyards are masterworks. Bender says, yeah, starting population is supposed to be mid-aged in Dwarven years, which is about 70, 60, 70, 80. But I never had them die. I had never had them die unless it was a violent death, be it the enemy kind of fun or the accidental planned type. Planned type. Oh, accidental planned type of fun. I think I know what you mean. Okay, Defense's opinion about Sims. Why I say Sims 3 is bullshit, Nagi. The game in general is good to regular players, but to a Dwarf Fortress player who moves on from Dwarf Fortress to an easier game like Minecraft or Sim 3, the game is in the genre. I don't mind easy games. I can't always play Dwarf Fortress, especially when I just want to relax. Dwarf Fortress is a really demanding gameplay, and it requires me really to rest and be able to focus. Sometimes I just I'm so semi tired that I don't really want to rest, but I don't really want to do anything demanding. I'd like to play a game, then I'm looking for a lighter game, you know, something more, some easy fun. Dwarf Fortress is like super hardcore fun. Dan says, check your stream. I gave you a Halloween gift. Dan just joined the stream. Yes, Dan, we are discussing it. Sims 3, I've accepted it, didn't I? I thank you very much. I don't know when I will be able to try it. It says still, you are about to add this item to your library, and it's still rotating this waiting symbol. I don't know whether it actually occurred yet, whether you got the notification that I accepted it or not. Whether the Steam will do anything. Whether I could kill it. Ferko says, famous last words, by the way, I feel really confident about the trap. Something like an easy, like Dark Souls. Oh. Now, I tried to play it at a friend's house. He has a, what is it, PlayStation or whatever, Xbox. And there he has it, and I tried to play it. Oh, boy. It's like 10 times worse than Witcher, and I suck at Witcher as well. You remember me playing Witcher? It's a beautiful game. I like the stories. I like the quests. It's really, really nice. But I can't handle the fights, man. I'm getting killed all the time. I would like something like an option. Just give me the story and have a click to die option, okay? Okay, enemy. I think you've hurt me a lot. I think you've hurt me enough. Just die now. Click. And then the story would move on. I think that way I could play Witcher. Yeah, Ferko says, it reminds me of Elon saying, watch this, a split second before flooring the throttle of his McLaren F1. I know that story, oh boy. And it wasn't even insured, right? You know what the best story is? The car wasn't even insured. Yeah, so exactly. I feel so confident about my trap. Now, the next summer, when the 250 invader siege comes, I say, watch this. And we will see. Red Sox says, it takes a couple of hours to handle the fights. It actually gets increasingly interesting. Yeah, I think I'll have to try it again sometime, a Witcher. But I have so many games to try. Dan sent me Sims before he bought me Final Fantasy IX. which I never really liked the Final Fantasy. I bought it on PlayStation on PlayStation 2, and it was Final Fantasy 11 or 12 or 13, I don't know. One of these higher than 10. And I played it for like 1 day, 2 days maybe. And then I thought to myself, well, what's the point about it? And that was it. And but Dan assures me that I will like Final Fantasy 9, so I'll give it at least a try. Look how everybody is building this. I like them. Here it needs a sandstone block. Devil says Farm Simulator is oddly addicting. You think so? Farm Simulator? I never considered playing those. But I've considered playing Stardew Valley. I think I could like that. But I get the feeling that Stardew Valley is a huge time sink. And, well, not really worth spending the money if I just want to play it for a week. So, but Farm Simulator, why is it so addicting, Devils? Like the one thing addicting, I tried to play even something like Candy Crush Saga, and it was really nice. I enjoyed it for the day and a half I played it. And the best thing I enjoyed about it was the music. It was so weird and so unusual, and the combination of music and gameplay feeling was beautiful. It was a good time. But I don't know what is it about farming simulators I could fancy. Fico says driving by field in September, early October, and seeing massive combine harvesters driving on the road made me want to play Farm Sim 2. You drive combine harvesters, and you drive the vehicles, or you just organize the farm maintenance. Devil says, I don't know, a friend introduced me to it, and it was on my TV for like 2 weeks. Really? So this needs a sandstone block wall. And Red Sox says, no, but seriously, Witcher is pretty good. I thought fights were annoying in 1 and 2, but they are actually good now. Kay says, might ask this before, but do you know anything about Project Zomboid? Well, I don't. Maybe the guys here attending know about Zomboid. Bender says, I restarted Stardew a few times after learning more and more stuff to try to improve my challenge achievements and stuff. It's fun like crazy. I definitely do not regret Stardew. Got it on GOG. And the Red Sox says it also takes some time to adjust to a gamepad in Witcher 3. Easy to forget the button placements and functions. Yeah, I now have a gamepad. I now have this Xbox game thing because I bought the, you know what, Oculus. It came with it. It came with these 2 hand controllers and 1 Xbox controller. So I now have a proper wireless Xbox controller, which I could potentially connect to the PC. maybe that will make certain games easier to play than on keyboard. But I really like keyboard. I think like keyboard with 100 and something keyboard keys must offer more possibilities to map certain things than a 40 button controller or something. Or what you of course don't have on the keyboard is axes and scalar input, or how do you call them? Yeah, something like throttle input or steering wheel input, where you can define a certain amount of the feature applied. You can't do that on the keyboard, obviously, that you have just pressed or not pressed. Dan says, if you played Final Fantasy 12, you stumbled upon the one most people consider the worst. Oh, I don't know what sort of Final Fantasy I played. You got me 9 because I think the setting would appeal to you, very medieval and fairy tale. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try it. Kay says, someday I'm going to donate Project Zomboid. Really? I so don't like games with zombies. I think the last game with zombies I liked was Alone in the Dark 1, and the zombies didn't really look like zombies. They were something like green vampires, or at least I imagined them like that, like alien green skin. And well, I think I could play Alone in the Dark 1. I could replay it, and I think I could convey to you why I'm so fond of the game. Still, after more than 20 something years, I'm still thinking of that game. It influenced me so greatly. And Ransock says, the thing with Witcher is that you don't want too easy fights either. Yes, contract monsters are less pain if you're required to read about them and their weaknesses first. Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree, Ransock. So it's good to know your how to really use the perks you can have as a Witcher. Or the whole point of Witcher is that he's not stronger than the usual fighters, but due to the way he grew up, and he was trained against his will, basically, is that he is immune to poisons and all sorts of potions, which he can use to enhance his physical and mental abilities, and that gives him the boost, and that gives him the edge in the fight he needs to meet the monsters and the kinds of things he hunts. And I think if the game really, if your success in Witcher games, if your success in defeating an enemy or like a contractual boss really depends on you properly using the right boosts and the right elixirs and whatnot, then it's a good game. I think this is perfectly in the sense and in the spirit of the Witcher books. I fully agree. I'm just the kind of guy who, it's like, I don't know. I feel I'm not too. I'm very clumsy with the controls, and in fights. Focuses in farm sim, you can drive everything farm related, including combines, and can hire employees to automate certain tasks. Wow. Did you ever play the X game? The original German X3, what was it called? Terran Conflict? X3 Terran Conflict? I bought it, but I never played it. But one of my coworkers played it, and he really loves it because it's comparable to Farming Simulator. It's a 4X game. You explore, exploit, expand, exterminate. It's a single player game, strictly single player, but you build your own. Somehow you have a big universe of NPCs doing all sorts of stuff, and you build your own little empire. And there you also basically farm. You do not farm plants, but you farm, I don't know, you mine off asteroids and sell it for money and build your own little empire. Sort of like managing a farm, expanding farm, harvesting, selling. And there you could also hire NPCs to do stuff for you. The game could be played that after a while you don't even need to lift a finger. Everything will be done by NPCs and robotic spaceships, which will be programmed by you to do stuff along certain hauling routes. It was very good. I hear. I never tried it. And then I wanted to try the new X game, which was such a blunder by the game developer studio. I think they lost all the credit they had. They had almost 2 generations of devoted fans, and it's all gone down the drain because they released this super terrible new X game, and not even patches, and not even the game that is planned by them now. I think they've lost all credibility that they will ever make such a compelling game ever again. But that besides, so this sort of picture of Farming Simulator reminds me of the old X game I only heard about. How do you say, K? Project Zomboid. Why do you think I would like it? Survival RPG. Oh dear. Goodness, no. The only survival RPG I liked was Minecraft. But there are hordes of zombies. To kill. You know what I find one of the reasons I dislike zombie games is that today's depiction of brutality and cruelty in games is strictly censored, and it cannot be done unless the brutality, the targets of these brutality and cruelty cannot be humans. The last game who really did that was Wolfenstein 3D. You were cruel to Nazis, and it was sort of acceptable for people, okay, because those are the Nazis, but it was still banned. Well, in Germany it was banned because of the Nazi context, but then they realized, okay, we should tone down the brutality in games against humans. So I think the laws for game making is now you are not allowed to have graphic depictions of brutality and cruelty against humans. So they sought an excuse. Doom did it to demons, or there are games who do it to animals or humanoid animals. But I think the closest they could get to a human is to make him undead and zombie. Okay, it's okay to do it to humans as long as they are zombies. Okay, so they bypass the law and can depict cruelty. I am all in for cruelty and brutality in games, part of which is that it's one of the reasons why I like Dwarf Fortress, because it really is so raw and so utterly naturalistic in cruelty, like wildlife is. If you ever watched wildlife videos, the life in wild nature is cruel. Hunt or be hunted or whatever. Animals do very cruel things to themselves. Humans don't. Humans shouldn't. Unless it's war, and in wars sometimes they do, but you aren't allowed to depict it in any game. But you are allowed to do it to zombies. So I dislike zombie games because I see them as an excuse to, okay, yeah, we would like to have a really bloody and cruel game, but you know, there is this law. We can't really show you doing stuff to humans. We must put in zombies, and I feel like the game market is flooded with zombie games only for the one reason, you know. So that's why I don't like them so much. Buvastic says, I'm going to check Farm Sim for PS4. Hope it's good. Have you ever tried Terraria? I haven't. I think I even have it on Steam, but somebody gave it to me. But Terraria, no, just like 2D Minecraft with more hack and slash and less building, I think. Devil says, if you have not played this war of mine, you should play it just once. Don't watch any YouTube videos about it first. I would like you to see your raw choices. This war of mine. Oh boy. I would probably not like it if it's a game where you walk with a gun in hand and are supposed to shoot people. I don't like this kind of games. Red Sox says, I think the laws are stricter in Germany in that respect. Yes, Red Sox, that they are, and that's why I'm so oversensitive to it, because I'm really unhappy with the situation in Germany to these games and in general. But it's not only Germany, really. It's game makers make most money if they make the game PG-16 or PG-12. So they themselves they censor themselves to market to a greater audience. Yeah? What good would it be? I mean, if a game maker would only have the game bought by the sickest of people, the sickest of sadist people, and well, yeah, he will become a cult game, but it will become a cult game, but it will never earn any money. So the whole purpose of game industry is to earn as much money as possible, and there you should really cater to the broad audience. Unless it's something like Dwarf Fortress, which I like, that the game maker really doesn't care about selling the game at all, let alone to a broad audience, so that he can really focus on making a game that he himself and his brother would like to play, and that's Dwarf Fortress. That's why I support Dwarf Fortress so much, because it's made out of passion. It's pure passion. This is not a commercial game. Commercial games are forced by sales, and either you do the censorship yourself, or you hope that your publisher has some sound mind of how to mix the game's ingredients is such that it will sell good and will still be playable. It's a merciless business in game industry today. Very few game designers can afford to make games out of passion, like in the old days when game industry wasn't really born yet. Well, game making wasn't an industry. Let's put it that way. Games were made, but they were made out of passion, not because not with the goal to earn money. So that's. Hey, Fergus says, "Damn it, I'm playing Candy Crush." Hey. You got hacked to it too, Perko. That's good. Yeah. Says, yeah, as Witcher for the big monster, always level the fuse they meant to make feel vulnerable. Just prepare the right oils, signs, and read about the creature. It's not that hard. Yeah. I'll try it again. Don't worry. I haven't scratched Witcher out of my bucket list. Do you think you are a good person? Play that game and you will know. That War of Mine Devils. Got so many game suggestions. I will almost certainly forget about this. Unless I keep it somewhere. I'd have to make a note about it. But, as I said in Nagilog, I'm always open to suggestions. So what is it? Take a note. I make a new list. I make a bucket list of games. And I think I don't even need to put a Project Zomboid on it. But it may be some fun indie project, but from the screenshots I saw, my prejudice is big. What do you say? This War of Mine? And farm simulator. Okay. I have to try. And Witcher of course. At least Witcher 3 has to be on that list. Don't call it bucket list. No one wants you to die. Just name it game suggestions. Well, I feel like I'm feeling so old that I think I have not many more years to live. So what game suggestions it is? I wonder how high do I want this to be? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so one more. I think we can raise it one more level. No sandstone, but gabbro. We'll build also. You're not on pension yet. No, that's okay. I'm not on pension, but I think by the time I'm on pension, I will be suffering all sorts of sicknesses and impairments, impediments, and not be able to see properly, hear properly. I don't know, hand-eye coordination will be bad. I will not be able to play sim racing anymore. So I don't know what can happen. I will be senile. My mind will just go away. Anything can happen. Ferko says I played X2, X3 in the Rebirth. Or Afterbirth, as some call it. X games usually take 6 months to 1 year to fix bugs. Yeah, this X3 Rebirth, did they make it ever playable? It really feels like a ported console game, and that's what broke the hearts of so many fans. And X4 is coming. Yes, I know X4 is coming. Yeah, my Wolfenstein. I remember playing it with my neighbor. She got dizzy. Wolfenstein, the Wolfenstein 3D, the old Wolfenstein 3D. That was the Wolfenstein I was talking about. I didn't call it Wolfenstein 3D, but I meant the original Wolfenstein by id Software. But actually, yes, I think in Wolfenstein games you also shoot people and they are Nazis and it's okay. Everybody's cool with it. As you do actually in Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike you also kill normal people which are not zombies. But it's rather a merciful killing, right? Like a headshot or shooting. It's not like you are picking up a chainsaw and sawing them apart or something like that. Or a hatchet and chopping them apart like zombies. Lord says, as long as you be exercising both body and mind regularly, I don't think you will be senile and having muscle pain, etc. Probably true. But I'm too lazy to exercise. I'd rather sit and play games all day rather than exercise for 1 hour daily. I think we can stop doing copper bins for a while, at least for a while. I think we are good. We can smelt tetrahedrite ore. How much charcoal do we have? 12, that's too little. And steel bar 74, pig iron 68. We need more charcoal. We still have some wood. Hello Tarzor, how are things going, you are asking? Quite well. We are waiting. We are keenly expecting our next siege to deal with them. I have raised the limits, the invasion monsters and soldier caps to 150 and 70. 70 monsters, 150 soldiers. I expect a big siege to come. Why is he making parchment? I hope this is not rotten yet. Black bear skin. And we will need to mine more. We need to mine. Mine as much as we can. Because we need building materials. So, do we have any more blocks, Gabbro blocks? Okay, we can undesignate this as a stockpile, undesignate this, and remove this. We have plenty of Gabbro blocks which need to be hauled in these. Maybe we should build a mason's workshop here. and a stockpile of gabbro. Who will be sieging you? Goblins. Goblins it will be. No humans, no undead. You say you have a lot of cave adaptation for being in above ground fortress. Yes, and I wonder why is that? I think it's because my dwarves are too busy being downstairs crafting things. It's unavoidable. I will not pump magma up here so that they can have their magma forges up here. No, no, we will not do that. Not in this fortress, at least. I think pumping magma is history now that we have minecarts. One possible project could be an automated minecart system hauling magma, or filling something, transporting magma by minecarts. Yes, I think that's what minecarts are really good for. Yeah, it's much better than magma pumps. Slower, but magma pumps take an awful lot of time to set up. Minecarts take time, but not as much time as pumps. They transport the magma slower, but you save time by setting it up. So, and it saves FPS. Pumps, especially automated and powered pumps, is death to your FPS. Minecarts, not so much. So I think, especially if you use minecart exploits and some impulse ramps to accelerate them. I think I will eventually tackle the minecarts and learn how to operate them properly. And then we will have something like a magma transportation, magma hauling system, all done by minecarts. That's one big achievement I want to achieve in Dwarf Fortress. Become as good in minecarts so that I can haul magma to any above ground level. And summer has arrived and the human caravan was already here, right? They arrived in spring, right after the elves. I see we will need, what is it called, marble, very soon, very soon, very soon. And this is our marble quarry, so let's mine it. Let's exploit our marble quarry. And check up on our wood burner. Yeah, he's done it, he's started it. I think we can burn another batch of wood. Attached to a bronze crossbow. So how would we have the windows placed here? And what purpose would this floor have? I think this floor already should be our dormitory floor. Yes. Yes, it should. So I should even already remove the unnecessary blocks, which will be walls. Well, there will have to be doors somewhere. So let's say we will have doors here. All this. Oh, this blinking is really unpleasant. If big parts of the screens are blinking like this, it doesn't cause any epilepsy in me, but I find it unpleasant. Fergus says, if you feel old, just think of the guy who discovered lithium and ion battery tech. He recently, this year, published some research on solid-state battery at 94. Oh, does he have a record of being a scientist before? But it's true, yeah. You can achieve great things even in old age. There have been some people like that who only became famous once they were really old. I know. Solid state, dry cell. Okay, okay. Solid state is dry cell. Yes. Lord says, Nagi, I'm curious. What are your thoughts on the new surprise hit game Cuphead? Oh, very positive. I love the animations. I've watched it. I find it very, very bold by the game makers to bet on this old style animation, and they nailed it. It's like the perfect imitation without actually looking as an imitation. It's like it came directly from Walt Disney Studios. It's beautifully done, beautifully done. I never thought that animation in games could be as joyful and as true to a completely different genre of animation, namely the animated cartoons, and especially the old ones when everything was like bouncing on their feet, and these these black and white Mickey Mouse movies, or cartoons rather. It's perfect. They really nailed it. And also the sound design. And for example, how this pig, where you can buy things from, how it moves the lips and the tongue when talking, and how it's voice acted and everything. It's perfect. I don't like the gameplay much. It's a platformer. You have to be quick with your controls. It's basically, yeah. But platformers are good. I know I loved Commander Keen. Commander Keen is nothing but a platformer, even more stupid than this probably. But yeah, Cuphead and Mugshot, or what are their nicknames? Mughead. Beautiful. I've watched it for, I don't know, like 1 hour, and I watched some speed runs. It's great that this game can be speed run. I like to watch speed runs. It's a great game. I wouldn't play it myself. I would never play it because it's pretty shallow in content, I think. But basically, yeah. But beautifully done. I think it deserves all the credit it gets. And I'm really back to the Cuphead game. I really not really admire, but I have a great deal of respect before the developers, that they went with it, that they bet on that this game will sell. To invest hours and hours of effort into a kind of animation which is, I don't know, 70, 80 years old by now, and superseded by modern, that people will still find it beautiful, just the way people in the 30s and 40s found Mickey Mouse cartoons beautiful. That they tried to revive this style, and that they really say, okay, we will design a game that looks exactly like this, with this old-timey look and sound design. It's beautiful. Bustic says, do you like speedruns? Have you ever speedrun a game? Did I ever? No. Well, not really. Unless the game was really a speedrun as such. Basically, every racing game is a speedrun if you want. But in a playful way, yes. With Commander Keen, I've speedrun, but not really competitively. Competitive speedrunning is probably as dreadful as any other. But it's a craft. It's art. I consider speedrunning a form of art, actually. Yes, you have to be creative. You have to be very analytical about the game, and that is something. Well, one side of it I don't like is that they completely detach from the game and completely ignore what the game ever wanted to convey to you. But they only focus on how to make it quick and exploit any possible bug and glitch. But there is something nice about it. There is something nice about watching people finish, I don't know, Morrowind in 10 minutes, or how fast they are now, or Mario, or whatever, Spelunky, or sorts of games which are speedrun. Doom, and any sort of game. Even speedrun of Minecraft. I watch speedrun of Minecraft. So yes, I do like them, but I've never really tried it seriously. Like record a speedrun and post it somewhere. I never did that. And I never even timed myself when doing games. Even when at times when playing them with friends, we never really try to time ourselves and see who does it faster. No, never. But I like to watch YouTube channels concerned with speedrunning, like Awesome Games Done Quick and SGDQ, whatever the S stands for. But I don't like their focus, because they are focused on console games or old Nintendo games, which I absolutely can't relate to. I never had such a handheld console like Nintendo, so those games don't really talk to me. But seeing them being speedrun is still okay in most cases. But from time to time they feature a PC game on speedrunning. Even Tetris. I watched, what was it? It's so stupid that it's funny. This Tetris, was it a Tetris speedrun, or what is? It wasn't a speedrun. It was a Tetris championship I watched on video. But I watched also a proper Tetris speedrun, and that was really impressive. Like Morrowind, maybe it's Morrowind not in 10 minutes, but it was under 15 minutes. I can tell that. It's definitely under 15 minutes. It's possible. It's possible. Are these noble quarters? No, this is going to be regular quarters. The noble quarters will be on top of that, on the higher level. But these are going to be regular quarters. It will be like these dormitory cells, but they will be arranged in another way. They will be 4 wide, 4 east-west and 3 north-south, whereas these are 3 east-west and 4 north-south. So it will be like a rotated pattern of these. Why am I even building? Oh yeah, I should be building. So, you know, and where to put windows is the big question here, but I think we've figured it out. So we will put a glass window here. And we should probably make more windows. And by now the charcoal making should be over. So, oh no, it's not. Did he mandate something? Make flasks? Yes, I saw it tick there in the ticker line. Other objects, copper flask. He wants 2, right? Yes. I realized I need to have some sort of support for the middle wall here. Otherwise they will not be able to build it. Like this thing, you see, this will never be built. I still need my blocks there. Our marble area hasn't been dug yet. Yeah, maybe we should raise the priority of it. I also wanted to close this, but there's no point really in closing this off. Are your dwarves happy? Any tantrums? No, no. I didn't really have any tantrums. I don't remember in any of my fortresses. Maybe one way of speedrunning Dwarf Fortress would be how fast can you achieve a tantrum? That would be a competition. First tantrum achieved. How would you do this? Maybe we should post about this in the forums. People could come up with a Dwarf Fortress speedrunning competition. How to achieve fortress tantrum the quickest. And for me, not the actual game playing time would the in-game time would count. So suppose you start on 15th of Granite. On what date will you have your first tantrum? That could be interesting. I'll take a short break and I'll think about bathroom break. I'll think about speedrunning Dwarf Fortress. So I think I've came up with I've come up with a couple of speedrunning categories for Dwarf Fortress. That would be first Tantrum. That would be first million dwarf bucks earned in sense of created wealth. First million bucks, first million dwarf bucks created wealth. Then another category could be first legendary fighter, or first full set of adamantine armor. AGDQ Dwarf Fortress 2018. Tantrum speedrun by Nagital. Glitches in game time. Yeah, I can imagine that. Wow, but I have to post about this in the forums. I think that's quite an interesting topic. Also, for adventure mode, what can you possibly imagine for adventure mode? Why does there is so many? There is probably 100,000 Dwarf Fortress players out there, and nobody's speedrunning this game. I can't imagine this. Good thing we are talking about this, man. Chrome. Community and games. Hello, Chrome. Ah, yeah, there you are. So let's see, Dwarf Fortress. What thing would be good? Dwarf Fortress mode discussion, modding general discussion. Adventure, yeah, of course. I posted in general discussion. Speed running DF. Speed running Dwarf Fortress. Ideas. What else could we have there? First, well, first monarchy. The monarch, that very much depends on game, on the world generation, because you can generate worlds where you have practically nobody in your civilization but your 7 dwarves, or you have 7 dwarves and a couple of other, and the one of them is a monarch, and he comes with the first migrant wave or something. So that could be killing a mega beast. Yes, first kill forgotten beast, but also here this depends pretty much on luck when the game will feel like presenting you the first forgotten beast. But we can make first kill of hidden fun stuff. Maybe killing a mega beast. Yeah. So what else could we what's particular? First soap or first produced sock or something. I don't know. It's pretty easy. I don't know. I'll let them come up with some ideas. And adventure mode. Well, what about adventure mode? I guess first vampire kill, first necromancer kill, first boogeyman kill, I guess, would be another category. How about other things like how to become a necromancer quickest or something? Become a necromancer or become a vampire, or I don't know what else could be there. Yeah, Devil says anything dies if you drop the ceiling on it. Yes, it does, but it takes time to prepare it. It's not as easy. Having a cave in, having your hidden fun stuff be killed by a cave in. Is it Boogie or is it Boogie with Y? Is it Boogeyman or is it Boogeyman? Boogeyman is written like this. This Boogie is my Boogie music affection. Talking Boogeyman. First to have grandchildren probably depends very much on luck, devils. Depends on how old your dwarves are. That would be a very luck-based speedrun, but why not? Why not? I'm sure people will suggest it. All right, let's see. Let's see what they'll come up with. First to integer overflow. Yeah, I was thinking about things like that, but never. Oh, we have a petition available. Study. Cog boat murdered. I think we cannot deny somebody called boat murdered, right? Approve. Whatever it is he wants to do, he has my permission. Hello, Veldy. Nice to see you. Not sure whether we should build this as a... Yeah, probably it should be some sort of a small tavern or relaxation area. Yeah, I guess we would stockpile some drinks here. We would stockpile some prepared food. And we also need to stockpile some goblets. Goblets be stockpiled. Here. Hello Nerian, welcome. How many tables and chairs do we want to build here? Has to be inside. Okay, so we need a roof above it. Has to be inside. BCF. This will make it inside enough, I think. Kind of like the idea of having here some sort of a slipway inside. Maybe I'll just go with it. I'll have DN, I'll have it. Deconstructed. Naren's asking, have you ever been into fighting games? Probably I'm going to get King of Fighters 14 Steam Edition today. Yes, I've played Mortal Kombat 2 on the PC, and not recently, but like last year or maybe 2 years ago, a friend of mine has bought a Mortal Kombat for Xbox, so we've had a couple of Mortal Kombat sessions. And I've played Mortal Kombat, or was it Street Fighter or I think it was Tekken on PlayStation 2 during my army service. So yeah, I played it. Was not bad. And the best, the best, not, but a very fun game to play for me in the youth was Budokan, PC martial arts game where you have played, I guess, like somebody who is learning the martial arts in your dojo. You learned either karate or kendo, bo, or nunchaku, and after you felt like it, you could attend a tournament and see how far you can get, how deep can you run in the tournament, which was good. You could play it also versus another player, although there were later issues on USB keyboards, because USB keyboards can send, I think it's 4 or 6 keys at the most, but maybe something like 4 keys, and if there are like 3 keys to press, or 3 or 4 keys to press for one player to make his move, and the other player wants to make his move simultaneously with more than a couple of keys, there's a limit of how many key press signals a USB keyboards can send. It's limited by the USB protocol, so it no longer really worked on USB keyboards on emulators. But as long as there were the PS2 keyboards or even the DIN connected keyboards, it was very fun to play. Army now. Yes. Yes. I know that song. I never saw the group really perform it or sing it. I didn't know. You're in the army now. Goodness, it wants to be inside everywhere. We should probably add some up and down stairs at a suitable place. More like here, so that we can haul material. Hopefully this skin is not rotten yet. Porcupine skin. Can hopefully make a parchment of it. So, and our thing here. Why is he so slow in making charcoal? Oh, caravan has arrived. Where are all these encrusted things? Could we possibly give them a pair of kangaroos or leopards? We did that already last year, but I think we will do it again. I wonder whether I should place some, whether I should make this a tavern. It would be too small for a tavern. For a tavern we would need more space to have really a nice dancing floor and stuff. I don't think I will make it an official tavern. We will have an official tavern further up in this house. We'll build some statue. We don't have statues anymore. Oh, hello Yugoslavenk. I was just thinking what's up with you, and whether you became uninterested in Dwarf Fortress or whatever. What's the matter with you? You're no longer showing up here so often. How's your handiwork going? Last time you showed some nice projects you were making, some crafts. Ferko says also, do you still have tables and chairs in dwarven rooms? Well, I can't place them yet because they don't have a roof yet, so I'm waiting until we have a roof and then we will place them there. Yeah, they can't move the stone away because it's designated for building. Fergus says, I always read that it is better for dwarves to eat in a common dining area that they can socialize. Yes, that's true. They wouldn't socialize if they have a private room. That's why I didn't mind not having private rooms at all in this fortress. But then I wanted to have private rooms for visitors, and instantly the dwarves started to claim them. I guess it's good to have both. If the dwarves feel like socializing, they will visit the tavern, and if not, they will go to their private room and eat there. But it's true that if they don't have private rooms, they are forced to go to a public place and be there and maybe socialize against their will, and maybe they will find mating partners easier that way. Yugoslavanka says, I was ill, I have some new ideas for something more complex. Okay, and just you still love Dwarf Fortress, that's good to hear. What crafts are you doing, Yugoslavenka? Ah, yes. Devil says, I prefer temples. I put beds and tables and wells and bookcases in the temples like monks. Oh, interesting. Because now if monks were to brew their own signature beer in those temples. Devil says, a masterwork made workshop adds significant value to the temple. Masterwork, yeah, but you have to have a very good architect. I don't have an architect. I never really played with architecture in Dwarf Fortress, but I've read the article about architecture. Since we've discussed this issue here, whether it's good or not to take an architect with on the embark, and I said my opinion, and then I read people that architects actually train only when designing buildings, not when arranging furniture. Only, I think things in a statue garden are considered to be tastefully arranged, but other furniture is not arranged by architects, but buildings are designed, like a screw pump is designed by architects, a bridge, a workshop, what else? Everything. Many other buildings. Support. Ralph says, I'm old as well. Okay, let's discuss. Yeah, I don't know what we want. I probably don't want cut gems here. I just want iron bars, copper bars, steel and pig iron bars, maybe some lead. Did you find a new place for me in the fortress? No, Yugoslavenka, not yet. I haven't named any dwarves yet. But we have a very good, very stable fortress with a nice trap. So we can think about doing stuff. But almost everyone is in the military. I have only 1 dozen guys is not in the military, and the other 100 dwarves are in the military. So it's a tough life here. I think I'll order some flux, marble and hematite and tetrahedrite. Rutile. This time I want to live longer. Yeah, live longer. I'll take a look at what dwarves we have. But we have a very well working magma trap. It's much more efficient than the magma trap in Lanced Brains. Kills whole sieges much quicker. Devil says, I want to be a noble that has no laborers except stone detailing and patience. You could be, well, even our chief medical dwarf is on duty. Oh, no, maybe chief medical dwarf is not on duty. So let me see what they actually want. But we have a library, and I want to build up a library fortress, library-centered fortress. So scholars and scribes have a pretty easy life. We have 2 of them. Our library is called Sanctuary of Doors. We have 2 scholars and 2 scribes currently. And we have this Merul dwarf is a very interested and very curious dwarf. Tom T says 111 dwarves, 114 with no children. Oh, I have a 10% or 15 children cap. So they are allowed to have children. Stone Detailing makes sure he doesn't get bored, and Patient makes sure he doesn't die. Oh. Let's take a look at Dwarf Therapist. What sort of open positions we have in our fortress for those who want to be dwarfed. Therapist. So there is only 16 dwarves which are not in the military. Everyone else is in the military. So we have one stone detailer, who is also a furnace operator and a shearer and a woodcutter, and is female. And we have a weaponsmith, female weaponsmith, Yugoslavenka. That's an honorable position. You could be our weaponsmith. You are already legendary. And we have a legendary blacksmith who is also not in the military, and a metal crafter. Datan is our glassmaker, legendary +5. He's made so many glass items already, but he's much better miner. Oh, 79k XP for glass making and 72 mining, so he's more of a glass maker. Stone crafters don't have much to do. Stone crafters should be rusty by now, because we don't really make stone crafts anymore. So Yugoslavenka says no to armor smith or weaponsmith, I guess. So you want to be who? A miner? Stone detailer. We have a legendary clothes maker. Our weavers are in the military. Clothes maker who is also a mason. I don't know. Stone detailer. So Datan Gutid, I think, can be named devil or advocate. Because he is, but he is nurse. I like the first one. If you unassigned wood chopping, really? Well, I can, because in the desert we. Oh, but time will come and we will conquer the taverns, and you are the best woodcutter. You want to be a master, Yugoslavenka says. So, like master, like legendary, or um, only master skill level, not legend, not quite legendary. Or we could make Yugoslavia. We could pick Yugoslavia from some of the migrants in the future and make her a barkeeper at the tavern. But you want to be a craftsdwarf, you said. You want crafts. Well, woodcrafting is out of the question. We already have a woodcrafter who is absolutely useless. Actually, yes, woodcrafter. You can be a woodcrafter who has disabled woodcrafting. I have such one, devil, if you like. He doesn't do anything. He's just hanging around, gelding the animals. Woodcrafting is disabled. He is accomplished. Oh, actually, that's our Merul. That's the scribe. That's the scholar, because he is so interested. He is. Oh, self-pity after being unable to practice craft. Okay. Well, I guess we may. Mm, I should make some stone detailing. Does stone detailing really? Stone detailing? I would have to assign to carve some artworks, right? In order for it to count as crafting, or does something which has no quality, like smoothing stone or making stone blocks rather than any crafts, count as crafting? Master woodcutter, Beavis and Butthead. I don't know that series. I mean, I know it, but I never watched it. So he is our scholar, Merul. Merul is our scholar. So I guess I will make devil's advocate this Merul. If he engraved a wall, it's crafting, yes, but I don't do really engraved jobs. I do mostly only smoothing jobs. But he needs a craft to do. What use it is to have things, well, Merul, woodcutter, stone detailer, furnace operator, shearer. Yugoslanka says gem cutter to make jewelry. Yes, yes. I was thinking of making you a gem cutter, and but he is in the military. In fact, Gem Cutter was already attacked by beasts from the cavern when we were open to the cavern, and he promptly grabbed his sword or whatever, axe or spear, what he had, and slashed it dead to pieces before even the military came. So the Gem Cutter. Gem Cutter. Gem cutter or gem setter. But we have both in the military. Okay, Yugoslavenka, you will be in the military. I have a gem setter, which is quite good, and Gem cutter who is quite lazy. One gem cutter and oh no, I have a legendary gem cutter. Ast. Masterful gem cutter. A squad leader, brass medicine. You're also a legendary fighter and legendary ex-dwarf. Yugoslavenka, you are asked now. You are now asked good something. Militia captain. I guess if you're unlucky, you will die the very next siege. Again, as in most of my fortresses. Okay. Enter health relationship customize. Okay, nickname. And devils, what about you? You say you want an easy life. Easy life as a non-woodcutting woodcutter or a non-woodcrafting woodcrafter. You want to be our scholar? Marul Eugen Silob. Because I kill you if I die. Well, maybe we will make you a platinum statue or golden statue. If you die in a good way, if you've earned your death in fight. So advocate, smoothing. I will not make you my scholar. You never wanted to be scholar. You said you wanted to be the woodcutting dwarf. If I turn off woodcutting, Datan Gutted, I will make you a Datan Gutted. Advocate. Or you could be called the DA, not the district attorney, but the devil's advocate. And you want to be a noble that doesn't go outside and die. Wait a moment, we have Dwarf Therapist on the screen and an issue here in the caverns. Forgotten Beast Ngogno Lodozob has come. A huge scaly tick. It has a round shell and it is ravening. Beware his noxious secretions. We'll find out tomorrow what will I be. That's better. No, Yugoslavia, you are already dwarfed. The issue is decided. We have advocate here. He's the lazy guy with no wood cutting and legendary furnace operator. And Yugoslavenka, you are militia commander, very skilled ex-dwarf, legendary fighter with I don't know who else. Gem cutter, legendary gem cutter. Devil says, crap, it's come for me. No, don't worry. The soaked sea. Devil says, lazy, I'm working a molten lava smelter. Yes, you are working like crazy because we have lots of things to melt. You're working your ass off, devils. You'll live so long. Well, we'll see. We have a comfortable magma trap. We don't need to go outside and fight. We did it. And only had one dwarf injured. Hey, look at woodcutter. But who is in there? Uvash. Uvash is claiming the workshop, Yugoslovenka. You don't get a chance to sit down and cut some gems. And we have a petition. Status of Tun stockade brushes to reside to study. Approved. We have an infinite supply of gems because we have a sand embark and we can craft raw glass which can be cut into gems. So Yugoslovenka will have always something to do, and I guess our furnace operator too. Stone detailer. Yeah, maybe we should designate some stone detailing. Smooth stone here and engrave stone. Let me engrave. Why this? Ah, this is constructed. This is also constructed. Okay. We can't engrave, but we can possibly engrave. Engrave something here. Engrave something here, engrave something here, and here. Hey, I didn't even trade with my dwarves yet. Trader requested, broker may trade. Come on, broker. We should remove these and hold them. DA, you should be a blind scholar talking to students but not able to do the boring duty to grade their papers. Tom says, am I blind? 000000110. You're not. Who is the one unhappy guy here? I don't know. The one doesn't say unhappy. The blue one says like only happy, not excited. Not. What does this mean? Like super happy dwarves, but the picture is completely different if you look up the happiness level in Dwarf Therapist. You know, if I show you again the Dwarf Therapist, then you see our happiness is rather meager. Look at this. Feb is ecstatic. Ecstatic it says, not excited. Ecstatic, happy. And this guy is, well, quite content, fine. Nothing special. They are all spoiled brats. Can we see what the named dwarves' profiles are? Your pet wermoose. Our pet wermoose is already dead. He died a long time ago. We can't see about the dead dwarves anymore. We can only see how many died. It was this guy. We can no longer see what kind of character he was. Well, we can see about anyone here. Advocate is making steel bars. Satisfied, uneasy because unable to play to Luskal. Bored after leading an unexciting life for so long. Oh, I can tell. She didn't feel anything after being unable to make merry. Bored after being unable to practice martial art. You see, you need your fights. Uneasy after being unable to practice martial art. I read that. Being unable to pray to Likot. Uneasy after being unable to take it easy. Uneasy for unable to take it easy. Okay. She felt satisfied at work. Euphoric due to inebriation. Alcohol helps. Didn't feel anything after seeing sparrow die. Porcupine. Pleasure near a fine furnace. You have a fine furnace. Satisfied upon improving furnace operation. Pleasure near fine floor hatch. Sleeping without proper room. No problem. Pleasure after satisfying acquisition. Probably you put on a good item. Uneasy after being unable to acquire something for too long. Yeah. Euphoric. Big dog. Faithful worshipper of Luskal and Likot. 91 years old. Incredibly skinny, nose incredibly concave, very low cheekbones, narrow chin, lips are very thick. Large irised emerald eyes are wide set. Ears are flattened. Hair is wavy. Very long hair is braided. Head is broad. Sandy taupe skin is wrinkled. Flax hair is flax with some grey. Her nose is slightly hooked. Almost never sick, incredibly quick to heal and strong. Cobalt-hide, Billon, Pilk-jay, hoary marmot leather. Reacher parchment. Color vermilion. Gems, backpacks, armor stand, chipmunks for their stripes, yay! And the sight of the fancy glitter. It's probably an artist group. When possible, she prefers to consume char. It's kind of a fish, isn't it? Kaniwa beer, one-humped camel's milk. Ah, one-humped camel's milk. We should milk our camels. Detests rats. Great empathy, good intuition. Meager ability with social, iffy sense for music, shortage of patience, poor memory, atrocious spatial sense, and really poor focus. She personally sees engaging in commerce as a high ideal in life. She should become a broker. Sees guile and cunning as indirect and somewhat worthless. Doesn't respect the law, values work. She dreams of raising a family. She finds helping others emotionally very rewarding. You are the perfect nurse, DA. You are the perfect nurse. Prefers to be alone, swayed by emotional appeals. Currently more rude, fearless, more confident, shameless, less private, thoughtless. Okay. She mutters under her breath when she's annoyed. She cackles when she's nervous. When she's thinking, she clicks her tongue repeatedly. She needs alcohol. Doesn't mind being outdoors, at least for a time. Overall, Datan is unfocused by unmet needs. She's level-headed, distracted after leading an unexciting life. Unexciting life? Well, just wait for the sieges. Well, you see, you need martial arts, devils. I must draft you into a martial arts thing. Otherwise, you will lead a unsatisfying, boring life. How about Yugoslavenka? We will see about Yugoslavenka tomorrow. Enough of thoughts reading for today. Being in the military is exciting for most of the dwarves. It's a reward. It's not a punishment. Did I make it out of granite? I'll be damned. I didn't want to, but okay, now that we are having it. I wanted to have a homogeneous gabbro something. Make me work a pump for a minute so I ain't so skinny and fat. You will grow muscles in the military training, don't worry. You will join the mechanical moths. Or what sort of weapon would you like to learn, devils? We have mace, we have any kind of weapon. You can have any kind of weapon. We've got maces, swords, hammers, and that sort of stuff. Axes, spears. Devil's joining Fight Club? Yes, I think he is. We need more men. Look at our squad's positions here. Every squad is. We don't really have a Hammer Dwarf squad, or do we? Maybe we have. A Hammer Dwarf squad is already full, so Hammer is out of the question. Constructive Sons is sword out is full. Axes are full. Maces are hiring. Currently only maces are hiring. You could say Silver Warhammer. Silver Warhammer, eh? Well, yeah, we could. We have two guys who haven't learned almost anything in the Hammer squad, who are nowhere near becoming novice. So I could kick them out, make them mace dwarves, and put you in. Yeah, that would give you a silver hammer. I'm going to exchange Kivish Enkos, put him into, so Bows of Winding. You want to be in Bows of Winding, and Kivish Enkos is going to go. Advocate is going to join, and the Puzzles of Paint I've just gotten a new member. This is like the army. Sure, you can be a jet pilot. Oh wait, needs of the army. Ah, yes, exactly. You can be anything you want. We have all sorts of weapons. Okay, this is full, this is full, this is full. We need more mace dwarfs. I want to be hammer. Now you dig latrines. Why dig them? Clean them. Empty them. Empty the already dug ones. They don't need to be empty, right?
They empty themselves. It just decomposes and becomes one with the soil. Nobody digs that stuff out. Unless a change of plans is in order, and exactly in that space there need to be a new fortification build or some sort of a trench build, then you might feel the need to move the latrines to another place. That was not the right table. And I guess the other one wasn't either. Yeah, those were artifact tables. Ferko says digging latrines is how dwarves get those biceps and triceps. Like Popeye. And let's make it a dining room here. Meeting hall. Tom T says memory. Popeye had strong lower arms and skinny upper arms. Yes, you have a very good memory, Tom. It's true. Oh, masterpiece silver warhammer. I think we have the weapon for DA. Ah, there are so many of them. We practically have got nothing but masterpiece silver warhammers. Hey, we started mining finally. Ho! Oh wait, that means our marble has been mined as well. Yes, marble has been mined. I think, yeah, we could soon. Yeah, first let the dwarves build. And what about our trade? Anyone can trade. Come on, guys. Anyone who wants can trade. These guys will be leaving any moment now. So, some metal bars, some gems, lots of gems. Oh boy, lots of gems. Some blocks, raw crystal glass. Devil says this game needs a spectator mode so I can follow my dwarf. Yeah. Tetrahedrite, hematite, wood. We have wood. Ah, I did not order wood for the next caravan. I am so dumb. Yep. We'll have to do 1 year without wood. How much do we have actually? We have, oh, yeah. I heard 2 hump camel cheese is quite popular. Kangaroo cheese, we have a connoisseur of that. Oh, yarn. Okay, so still make a good deal of it. Prepared food, dog school, totem. What are we actually giving away? Yeah, I agree with everything except for the bins. We need to keep the bins. Bins are more precious than anything. And then I'll sort out the meltables. I'll keep the meltables. So if I just search iron, bronze, steel, copper, nickel, zinc. Yeah, we should keep some goblets. Okay, let's trade. Hey, we have some engravings. By who? Who done them? Finely designed image of Nelara, sunken ore, forgotten beast. And as shot pleat. As shot pleat is striking a menacing pose. Artwork relates to the mortal wounding of the forgotten beast Nelara by the dwarf shot pleat. Yeah, the Frosty Song in Abbeydent in the late autumn of 134 during the rampage of forgotten beast Nelara. I think that was the time where we have accidentally opened the caverns too. Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Is that Marvel by Zephon? Romab, the deity of creation, pregnancy, birth, and family, depicted as female dwarf. Two dwarves. Dwarves are praying. Romab is contemplating. Rendition of the handles of raining, a superiorly designed image of trillion cut gem. Image is a symbol of crazed fans, local dwarven government. But you know what we are now? We are now open to the sieges. Any siege can just go up here and enter the fortress by using this staircase. They will not feel compelled to enter our magma trap, so we should make some precautions, really. Yeah. Since this is a paved road, I can't really build a bridge here. Unless I'd... Can't you remove paved road? Paved road is... Oh, you can remove buildings still, okay.
Yeah, let's remove the paved road and build some bridges instead. Because as of now, our magma trap is pretty much non-functional. Nobody would go to the magma trap if they can enter the fortress right here by going down the staircase. I should probably produce more goblets. More tables. Chair. We can EPA. We don't have our magma trap ready. Fortress is opened and a giant has come. That would be such a nice victim of our magma trap. Such a nice victim. Alright guys. This we will need to have another session before we go to bed. And that will be the fight with this giant. Okay. I'll see you in about 10 minutes.